right, soccer fans, let's get you set for this next match here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec Series presented by Gatorade Canada. It's the under 18 boys as we get you set for the opening kickoff here. Referee checks his whistle and his watch, and we're about to get this match underway with Team Quebec kicking us off to begin the second match of the evening and second of 6 broadcast matches this weekend here from the Ontario Soccer Centre Indoor Fieldhouse. And we are underway. Team Quebec kicks us off here in the boys under 18 2022 Provincial Xcel Ontario vs. Quebec Showcase Series presented by Gatorade Canada. And the opening kickoff, we want to thank Gatorade Canada, the official sports fuel of Ontario Soccer's Provincial Xcel program, for presenting today's broadcast. Gatorade Canada, a leader in fueling athletic performance. Quick whistle called there against Team Quebec, the foul, and it'll be Team Ontario taking the free kick quickly as Jamari Busby playing that back to the starting keeper for today's match for Team Ontario. That's Isaiah Goldson. Team Quebec now gaining possession in front of the Ontario bench. Nice job to close it down. Team Ontario once again wearing those all red jerseys, a little bit of white trim along the shorts, socks, and shoulders of the kit. Nice work to play the ball into Christian Kasheshian. Crossed into the far post, and that one goes off the hands of Amadou Kone, and it'll be a free kick now for Team Quebec. But some promising pressure there from Team Ontario to start the match, as Team Quebec work it out through their back line. Playing the ball forward as Kone tried to close that one down. Now Team Quebec firmly in possession and sending a good ball ahead as Declan Fitzsimmons runs onto it. Fitzsimmons trying to shield the ball, working it along the near touchline. Pulls back, and good pressure here. Nice defensive stance by Team Ontario, but it's controlled by Team Quebec as Benjamin Haynes playing it back. Quickly played ahead now by Anastasopoulos. Nice quick passing here from Team Quebec. They've got a lot of pace to this build-up, but ultimately the effort snuffed out by the defensive effort. Quickly getting it back is Haynes for Team Quebec. His through ball headed down. Nice defensive work there by Alex Toma for Team Ontario. And now Team Ontario working up the far flank. Hard sliding challenge sees Eric Normandou from Team Ontario take the worst of it as Ross Alondra Appelon supplying the challenge for Team Quebec. Foul called there as Adam Lauren gets taken down, and Team Quebec playing it out short as they start to build up through the back line with the center back and Sasopoulos playing it ahead. Team Quebec moving the ball back to the keeper, who in turn plays it out to the captain, Ross Alondra Appelon. Now Team Quebec trying to work the far flank. Good flick on. Nice build up here as it's controlled now by Aruna. Aruna gets closed down immediately. Quickly coming in to take the ball back is Tutu. Team Quebec pressing up that far flank as trying to make the push through on that one was Noren, but it's taken away, and now a free kick to come here for Team Ontario. So Team Ontario will play the free kick short. They'll actually go back to the keeper Goldson, who in turn touches it out wide for Salako. Back into the middle. That's controlled by Spizziri. Toma touching out wide. Good anticipation, nice interception that time as Lim came up with it, but almost immediately it was stripped away. Lim back on the charge now for Team Quebec. But once again, Ontario able to wrestle possession, and it's controlled by Kashishian. Plays that ball into the middle. Spizziri with room to carry. Evades the first challenge, sends a right-footed ball to the far flank, but that one out of the range of Kone, and it travels out for a throw-in. As you're tuned into the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. My name's Nico Cardarelli, providing the play-by-play commentary. Big shout out to our technical crew behind the scenes, Paul on camera, Ajit manning the technical side of the broadcast, and of course a big shout out to everyone from Ontario Soccer for supporting this weekend's live stream broadcast. Of course, Gatorade Canada, the presenting partner here at the Provincial Xcel series. As Team Quebec moving the ball out through their back line, controlled now by Haynes. Quick touch ahead as they try work the near side flank, led by Aruna. But Team Ontario now in possession. Goldson, the keeper, playing it by way of Toma. Closed down immediately, but Normandu wins the throw-in for Team Ontario. Not a ton of movement off the ball. Now an option checks to Dante Doria, but his flick on to nobody in particular. Now Team Quebec in possession. Doria tries to close it down. Nice job to recover by Lim as he sends the ball ahead. Good defensive effort that time by Toma as he stepped up and headed that through ball down. Controlled now by Team Quebec's captain, Appelon. He goes back to the keeper as it's played out. And Stasopoulos goes back to Appelon as he touches ahead to Fitzsimmons. Declan Fitzsimmons, time to turn and carry, and then his ball into no man's land, and it'll be secured easily by the Ontario keeper, Goldson. Team Ontario working the near touchline. They give the ball away on that pass attempt as Anabi came up with it for Team Quebec. The left-footed cross partially blocked and easily secured by the hands of the keeper, Goldson, after it was delivered by the Quebec forward. Battle for possession through the half. The ball tracks out. It'll be an Ontario throw-in. As the Quebec player supplying the cross was Marcoux. Now Team Ontario work it out through the back line. Busby playing back to Salako, the center back, who in turn goes to the keeper, Goldson. Toma touching it out wide. Quick return as Hugo takes it into the middle, and Spitziri has room to run. Sends a good ball ahead along the near flank. Kashishian tracks it down, makes the move around the first man. Kashishian evades the second tackle, but great second effort from the Quebec midfielder who tracked back and made the stop, as getting his foot in there was Benjamin Haynes. Quebec breaking out of their own defensive third as it's carried ahead now. Controlled by Anibi. He touches out as Apollon back into the middle. Team Quebec, Team Ontario scoreless so far as we approach the 10th minute of action here in the first half. Good interception there by Spitziri through the midfield. He plays it ahead as Kone runs onto it, but he's immediately closed down, and Quebec able to retain possession as it's now controlled by Tejon Lim. Lim switching it to the near touchline. Nice ball delivered to Haynes as Team Quebec starting to build an attack here. Haynes sees it through again, this time touching it forward for Aruna, who does well to secure a throw-in for Team Quebec. So the throw-in to come here for Team Quebec inside the attacking third. Not much movement off the ball. Now an option presents, but unable to corral it cleanly was Marcoux, and now Team Ontario breaking out through the midfield. Hugo, he gets called for a foul. Now Team Quebec tried to take the free kick short and quick, and Tutu had to dance over top the ball before playing it back to Appelon. And Stasopoulos. Hines, his pass initially blocked, but he gets it right back. Haynes, excuse me, as his second ball finds a man onside along the far flank, running into the penalty area, drawing the cross back. What a goal! Are you kidding me? Beautiful play by Alexandre Marcoux to finish it off after Adam Nagorin did the bulk of the work on that goal, taking it down low to the goal line, feeding the crossover, and Marcoux was there to finish it off. Number 9 for Team Quebec opens the scoring in the 11th minute, and Team Quebec takes the 1-0 lead here in the boys under 18 division of the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec Series, presented by Gatorade Canada. And a reminder that Toronto FC is the official founding premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as well as the presenting partner for the Ontario Player Development League, the province's youth high-performance league. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit TorontoFC.com for tickets and more, as Ontario nearly pulled the equalizer back. What a chance there for Brennan Keba, but a huge save by Michel in goal for Quebec. As Juduelin Michel, with his best save of the match, that was really the first time he had been tested, and Michel dove down to his right, got his big paw out there, and saved the pseudo toe punt that came off the foot of Keba. If not for that great save by Michel, Ontario could have drawn equal, but they remain down 1-0 here in this match. And they'll have to defend, as Team Quebec have earned a throw-in inside the attacking half, and they play it ahead for the goal scorer. Marcoux turns past the first man, tries to feed the ball through, initially blocked. Team Quebec staying in pursuit, as Team Ontario have to draw it back. The keeper, Goldson, who really had no chance on that goal, as it was centered in front for Marcoux, and he hammered that from maybe 7 or 8 yards out. Literally no chance for the keeper, Goldson, on that one. And now it's controlled by the back line of Quebec, as a good ball playing forward. Goldson way out of his area, heads up goalkeeping as he headed that one clear of danger, with the Quebec striker Fitzsimmons bearing down. Team Ontario trying to move the ball out across half, and they'll earn a free kick after Kone got hauled back. He takes it short. Spitzeri presents as an option, and they feed him the ball. Spitzeri taking it ahead now for Team Ontario. Draws it over to Kishishian. His pass read like a textbook and picked off, and now Team Quebec trying to counter that, but the service off the foot of Lim a little too heavy. Team Ontario calmly take possession, as Spitzeri received the pass from Salako. Now Spitzeri tries to send a switch up the far flank, but out of the range of the on-running Kone, and it's out for a Quebec throw-in. Tossed in as Marcoux shielding it now for Team Quebec. Plays that one over as Noren had it turned over. Team Quebec able to clear the pressure. Spitzeri tracks it down now for Team Ontario. Touching it out wide as Normandou tries to get something creative going, but instead it'll go back to the back line. And now Jamari Busby playing it ahead for Jacob Spitzeri. He's closed down immediately, and it's controlled now by Fitzsimmons. Spitzeri in there with a good tackle, gets possession back. Kasheshian closing down the Quebec defender, but it's hammered by Anastopoulos out of play. Anastasopoulos doing a good job defensively for Team Quebec so far through the first 15 minutes of this match. As no foul on the play, the referee waving off any calls, any appeals for a free kick from Team Quebec, and Team Ontario throw it in for the restart. As they move it back along the back line, Alex Toma touches it out to Nardo. Spitzeri back to Toma, uses his keeper in Goldson. Not a ton of movement through the midfield or from the attackers off the ball, so they opt to keep things short with the back line. Aiden Hugo, he tries to send one up the pitch, but that's tracking out, and it'll be a Quebec throw-in. Mark Tutu gets set to toss it in here for Team Quebec, as he Had an option there, but it's off the foot of Taehan Lim and out for a Team Ontario throw. Just as quickly, we'll repeat the process with Nardo on the ball to take the throw-in for Ontario. As it's played into the middle, controlled by Doria. And then pressure on the back of the Ontario player, earns a free kick. They tried take it quickly, but it was not at the spot of the infraction, so it's pulled back. And now Jamari Busby takes it. Kashishian tries to go back to Busby. And nice job by Busby to fight through the challenge and win his team a free kick there. Hugo tries to play one towards the penalty area. It's knocked down and controlled by Anastopoulos as Team Quebec working the near side flank, and carrying it up the pitch is Aruna. Ali Aruna tries to beat the last defender, but nothing doing, and Goldson comes off his line to collect the loose ball. Aiden Hugo, he's got time, opts to pull it back, and he'll use Nardo out wide. Normando playing it back to Toma, who in turn goes to Salako. Kashishian was closed down immediately. He never really had possession after the pass. And now Team Quebec hold it along the near line. Playing it back to Thomas Anastopoulos. Taehan Lim. Good touch over to Ross Alondra Appelon. As the Team Quebec captain playing it up to the half where it's met by Fitzsimmons. Back to Lim. Anastopoulos. Good ball, is running onto it is Aruna. He's going to leave that one with Haynes there. Haynes crossing it. That one just bounced away from Fitzsimmons. The danger still present from the Team Ontario perspective, and now they clear it up to Kashishian, who in turns goes back to Spitziri. Nice 1-2, and now Ontario looking to build up a promising attack here as the ball got past Appelon and it finds its way to Keba, but he couldn't dance his way around the two final defenders, and Team Quebec calmly have possession once again. So good poise under pressure there by the Team Quebec backline. After the initial missed clearance attempt by Appelon could have led to a Team Ontario chance, but a real combined effort from Anastopoulos, Lim, and company to come up with a big stop there. As Mark Tutu has possession from the free kick. He was fouled and he has earned a free kick for Team Quebec, and well, they're just gonna check Tutu out to make sure there's no scrape, no cut. He'll get cleaned up, and it looks like Tutu will be able to stay in this match. And Team Quebec restart the action with the short free kick. Now they look to turn and burn. There's a chip ahead. Marcoux running onto it. Good defensive work by Toma to sustain the shoulder challenge, and it's knocked out for a Team Quebec corner. Approaching the 20th minute of action, as it's Team Quebec leading 1-0 over Team Ontario. Corner kick delivered to the near post. Goldson got a hand to it. The danger's still there. Cleared outside of the 18, and now Team Ontario will muscle it out up across half, but good pressure for Team Quebec from that corner kick. Michel, the Quebec keeper, hammering that one up the pitch as Team Ontario's defender in Jamari Busby tracks it down, playing it back to Isaiah Goldson, the keeper, who then lays it over to Alex Toma. Normando, nice job by Doria under pressure to control that bouncing ball, and now Hugo tries to feed it ahead. Tough break there, as it looked like Amadou Kone got impeded in his run, but I guess the ball too far away for him to catch, and no foul. There's a ball towards the penalty area, hammered out initially by Anastopoulos. Quickly, Team Ontario have it back, and just as fast, Team Quebec wrestle it away from Hugo. And now Team Quebec looking for a counter. Marcoux breaking in alone, bouncing ball. Great job by Toma to cut off the angle, take the ball away, and Goldson saves it from going for a corner. But Team Quebec continue to service Alexandre Marcoux, who has the lone goal in this match. Salako playing it back to his keeper, Goldson. And a reminder that the Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series is fueled by Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. Gatorade. For more information, visit pepsico.ca. Nice job there by Hugo. He's got a man making the run. Opts to go to the near flank for Keba. He had a man in the middle, a little more open, but Keba does well to draw it back for Kashishian. Into the middle now, Spitziri touches it out wide. Normando, he plays it over as Kone steps around the first challenge. Spitziri tried to do a quick 1-2, but it was broken up on the return from Doria, and then Quebec get it up to the half. Nice job there by Busby as he got hit in the back and was falling to turf. He did well to control the ball and keep possession for Team Ontario. As Isaiah Goldson, the goalkeeper, playing it out to Jacob Spitziri, who is taking a bit more of a defensive role here than we've seen in the opening 10 minutes of the match, where he was pressing forward. Spitziri feeding the ball over to Kashishian, who in turn now tries to pick out the running Hugo, but that's picked off by his numerical counterpart in Benjamin Haynes. And now Haynes sends the ball into the penalty area. Great hustle back there by Toma as he timed that sliding challenge perfectly to knock it out for a corner. So Team Quebec will get to take the corner kick from the near side corner as Taehyun Lin gets set to take this. Lim setting up for an in-swinger here. He's got a short option in Haynes, but with a defensive cover there, he tracks out. Cross in, punched away by the keeper Goldson. Spitziri picks up the loose ball. Kashishian can't play it forward, and it's out for a Quebec throw-in. Played short from the throw, and in turn they'll move it even further back as it's controlled now by Tutu. Touching out wide for the captain, Appelon, as it's drawn back now. Anabi, Anastopoulos, back to Anabi. As Team Quebec start to press forward here. Anabi playing it out wide as he presents the return option, but instead they use Appelon. Appelon sidesteps the first challenge, plays the ball ahead for Lim, tries to find a man in the middle. Hugo was there defensively, and Team Ontario come away with possession. Normando, great ball to find Hugo making the run. Knew his teammate there in Keba was offside, so he opted to keep it. Nice job now by Kone. Kone tries to touch it ahead for the striker in Keba, but off his line comes Michel to collect. And Judwellen Michel looking confident in goal today for Team Quebec. Good ball played over the half, but defended nicely there by Busby as he touches forward. Doria, he gets tripped up. Free kick to come for Team Ontario. Takes it quickly, trying to pick out Keba, but the big-bodied forward a step slow on that one, and even though pressure wasn't necessarily present, Quebec hammer it out, and it'll be an Ontario throw-in. Good job to find the open man there in Hugo from the throw-in. Sidesteps the first tackle, plays it out wide to Normando. Tries to take on the man. It goes off the Quebec player and out for an Ontario throw-in. Kone under pressure with the man on his back. Has to go back to Toma. Goldson way out of his penalty area. Now he tracks back after receiving the pass from Toma. Toma trying to spring a man up the far flank. As Kone running onto it, but defensively Tutu right there to handle it. And Team Quebec come away with possession. Nice job there by Mark Tutu. Anastasopoulos into the middle now, where Anabi takes control of the bouncing ball. Haynes, he gets clipped. Ball intended there for the striker Keba, but once again, they just have not been able to connect with the man up front, have Team Ontario. Doria. Nice touch ahead. Spitziri touches out wide. Cross coming in, headed on, and that one just over top the bar as Dante Doria started that attack and nearly finished off the sequence, but his header just missing the target. So nice work there by Team Ontario, including Christian Kasheshian, who delivered that cross into Doria. But ultimately, Team Ontario still awaiting their first of this match. As we approach the 30th minute of action. Good ball playing ahead as defensively there for Team Ontario was Busby. Goldson goes out to the center back in Salako. Spitziri's got room to turn. Instead, he opts to switch it to the far flank where Normando takes possession. Toma receiving the pass from his left back. Hugo, he's pushed back into a more defensive position now. As Spitziri receiving the pass, tries to pick out Doria with the flick. It's turned over and now controlled by Ali Aruna for Team Quebec. He has to go backwards to try advance forward. Haynes makes the pass over to Anastopoulos. Lim, he nearly gets closed down, just evading that slide tackle from Doria. As Anastopoulos playing a good ball ahead, onside, and what a goal, are you kidding me? That was masterful. Tremendous execution there. Adam Noren finishing it off, but how about that through ball? That was picture perfect delivery from Thomas Anastopoulos with that through ball, picking out the man. And Adam Noren, number 17 for Team Quebec, gives them the 2-0 lead. Tough break there for Team Ontario. Just a bit of a mental lapse on the defensive coverage. Noren left all alone after that perfect pass delivered by Anastopoulos. And Team Quebec have the 2-0 lead. Ontario Soccer values fair play, and we share this common passion with our partners from Respect in Sport, the leading e-learning platform for the prevention of bullying, abuse, harassment, and discrimination. Learn more about their programs and start your Respect education journey today at respectgroupinc.com. Well, what a goal there for Team Quebec. As Adam Nagorn finishing it off. Team Ontario, you could tell they were waiting for the AR1's flag to go up to call offside against Noren, but he curved and timed that run perfectly, staying onside. And he was not to be denied on that opportunity. Team Quebec moving it out across half now as they look to increase their lead even further here, maybe trying to get one more before the end of the half. Appelon. Switching it over to Anastopoulos. Once again, he tries to pick a man making a run. This time Marcoux there. Knocked down by Aruna. Aruna chipping it over to Marcoux. Goldson off his line and collects that one confidently. Good goalkeeping that time from Isaiah Goldson. Aiden Hugo couldn't make the move around Simone Nabi, and the ball knocked out for a Team Ontario throw-in. Team Ontario trying to force a little bit right now, and the pass is being predictably intercepted as Team Quebec really dictating the pace of this match right now. And they continue to look for these long balls to mark players making the run, and this time they pick one out as that shot from distance off the foot of Aruna easily saved by the keeper Goldson. And Aruna, he's been a consistent target for Team Quebec today. Right now playing 3 up front. A 4-3-3 formation for Team Quebec. And so far it's yielded good results as they lead 2-0 as we are into the 30th minute of play. Past the 30th minute, excuse me. As Team Quebec now working outside of their own half. Lim bringing the ball ahead. His pass picked off by Busby. Played ahead, Kone tries to run onto it. Appelon gets to it first. Hugo tracks it for Team Ontario, but they couldn't find the through ball for Doria, who was making the run. And then Normando with a bit of a mishit there, and it's knocked out for a Team Quebec throw-in. So under 10 minutes remaining in the half. As Team Quebec leading 2-0 here in the boys under 18 division at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. Foul on the back of the Ontario defender. The foul whistled against Adam Noran, who's got the second goal in the half here for Team Quebec. That time a little too aggressive on the back of the defender. Thomason Salako playing it back to the keeper Isaiah Goldson. Again, just a lot of flat-footed, no movement off the ball for Team Ontario, and they're starting to show a bit of frustration. There's just not a lot of check twos or options presenting from the back line. But here's a promising build-up as Doria takes it around the defender. Doria tries the low cross, but brilliant goalkeeping there from Jules Michel as he anticipated the low cross perfectly, dove down, and made the save. Good work by Dante Doria to lead that attack for Team Ontario. Tejon Lim playing it out wide. Controlled by Tutu. He gets pulled back, and a free kick to come now for Team Quebec. They take it quickly with about 7.5 minutes remaining here in the opening half of play. A reminder that we've got 2 games on the docket for tomorrow. We start our live broadcast at 11:15 tomorrow morning with the U16 girls, and then at 1:30 p.m. we'll feature the U15 girls here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. Good through ball, Keba running onto it. Appelon gets to it defensively for Team Quebec. Nice work there by the Team Quebec captain. Lim playing it out wide. Looking up the pitch, Tutu delivers a switch to the near flank where it's controlled. Aruna gets around the man. Aruna sidesteps the second tackle, and then his through ball intercepted by Toma. Normando, nice job by Lim to step up, left-footed strike, and while he did well to anticipate the pass and intercept it, he rushed the shot just a little bit and it lacked the accuracy needed to truly test the keeper, Goldson. Team Ontario playing it out short from the goal kick. Kashishian now at the half, playing it forward as Keba. It was Keba who plays it back. Once again, Lim for the interception. As he switches out wide, Normando tries to get the sliding tackle in. Initially blocked, but then Noren comes back up with it. And even though Noren tripped over the ball on his own feet, he has earned Team Quebec a free kick, and it's been that kind of frustrating game here today for Team Ontario. It's just nothing going the way of the home squad in this one so far. Still 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half, and of course with two 40-minute halves being played, lots of soccer left here in this match. But a crucial point now, Team Ontario have to defend this set piece well. They cannot allow Quebec to go up 3-0. Let's see what they do here. As Lim gets set to deliver the left-footed cross into the penalty area. Nice keeping by Goldson as he confidently punches that one away, with Marcoux crashing down for a flick on. Good defensive work, shoulder to shoulder, and that's how you defend. Thomason Salako getting the shoulder into Aruna, and he did so without committing the foul. That's textbook defending. However, Ontario give possession up moments later. Oh, there's a miscue. Keba, and he scores! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, what did we just see? Appelon, the Quebec captain, tried to pass back to Michel. The pass was too light. Michel tried to clear it. It bounced off of Keba. And Brennan Keba, number 7 for Team Ontario, gets the goal to get them on the board. And what a turn of events late here in the first half. It went from a set piece where Quebec could have gone up 3-0, and moments later, Team Ontario take full advantage of a mishit back pass, and Brennan Keba, who's been extremely quiet in the first half, boy, did he ever make the most of that chance as he chased down the loose ball after blocking the clearance from the keeper, Michel. And then Keba slotting it past the helpless keeper who was running back to try desperately get a save in. And Brennan Keba gets the goal for Team Ontario. So 3.5 minutes remaining in the first, and that gives this game a whole new lease on life. Let's see how both teams respond after that. Team Quebec, they had the majority of control and pace and possession in that first half, but well, they've opened the door just a little bit here for Team Ontario. Marcoux tries to dance his way around a couple of defenders, nothing doing. Now the ball played ahead. Appelon made the initial play, can't quite hold it as Keba beats him on that challenge. They try the return ball for Kashishian. That's broken up as Hugo tried to slot it through. And now Team Ontario have a throw-in. Keba receiving it from his chest, playing it back to Salako. Actually checked that was Busby who switched it over to Toma. Kone, nice one too as Doria sends Kone for a run. He works up the far flank, around the defender, shot, oh man, that was a half shot, half cross. Not quite angled on target and angled too far out of the reach of Kashishian, and a missed opportunity there for Team Ontario. Throw in to come here. Team Quebec toss it in. Hugo tries the left-footed strike, but that one rolls wide, and Michel for Team Quebec, the keeper, will slow things down here with a goal kick. Michel playing it short for Lim. As he plays it to Appelon. Anastasopoulos. Quebec just look a little bit shaken after giving up that goal. A little bit unsure in the past few possessions along the back line. Team Ontario have to try to capitalize on that little bit of doubt they've created. Nice defending there by Aiden Hugo. He comes away with the ball, stripping it off the foot of Ali Aruna. Quickly, Team Quebec get it back as Aruna chased them down. Fitzsimmons lays it off for Lim. 39th minute of action, and a reminder that the Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series is fueled by Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel during halftime, which is coming up in just a few moments, as we've got a Team Ontario player down in a bit of discomfort, and I believe that's Thomasin Salako, who has been solid in the center of the back line for Team Ontario. It is Salako, and the training staff will go have a look at the young man. We'll see if maybe we just get the halftime whistle here, as Team Quebec have all head over to their bench, and I believe we're going to get the halftime whistle. Both teams now tracking over to their respective benches. Referee trying to make up his mind on this one. Still no official signal. This just may be a formality. As nice to see Thomasin Salako able to walk off under his own power. He's got a little bit of support there from the trainers, but Salako seemingly able to shake this off. And hopefully for his sake and Team Ontario's sake, it's nothing serious, and he'll be back in action start the second half of play. So a bit of confusion here in terms of personnel on the pitch. Team Ontario will bring Noah Obedi into the match to take the place of Salako for the time being. And we restart with the drop ball. Goldson plays it over to Toma. Can't be much time added here in the first half. Really only a couple of small stoppages. As Goldson plays a left-footed ball that tracks out of touch, and it'll be a throw-in now for Team Quebec. Referee checks his watch. Probably a minute or two to be added. I can't imagine too much more beyond that. Let's see if Team Quebec can strike one back late, as Fitzsimmons tries the long shot, easily knocked down, and there's the halftime whistle. So at the half, the score, Team Quebec 2, Team Ontario 1. And stay tuned, because we'll be back with the second half of action here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec Series, presented by Gatorade Canada.
It begins with a ball. Two teams, two nets, that ball, and a love of everything between the lines. But the game is more. The game is you giving every last breath to finish the sprint. The game is that last ounce of strength that pours out of you as you stretch to save your team. The game is questioning yourself over and over again until you find a way forward. Your personal best today is your challenge for tomorrow. Giving everything now is only knowing how much further you can go. The laces we tighten are the ones that bind us together. Entering the huddle as a player and leaving as a team. Play because you love it. Inspire because it's in you. Unite because it's in us. Ontario Soccer.
What will tomorrow look like? Will it be what you expected? Or something you never could have predicted? Will it be frightening or exciting? Is it the reason you can't sleep at night? Or the reason you get up in the morning? Tomorrow will be all of these things. With Hub, you have a partner today who supports you as you write your tomorrow. And we will protect you when you get there. Because the truth is, tomorrow is a gift. And we want you to be ready for it.
The Active Start course is for anyone involved in soccer who wants to better support a child ages 3 and 4 years old. Those taking the course will learn how to engage children through soccer with age-appropriate, fun and safe soccer activities. The aim of these soccer activities is to become familiar with a soccer ball while being in a child-friendly environment and connecting with a significant adult in their life. Come be a part of helping kids fall in love with the game. The C License course is the first step into the Canada Soccer Coaching License stream. This course will take you towards all of the Canada Soccer Coach licenses. You will learn the role of the coach, how to plan a session safely, use coaching methodology to provide feedback to players and improve their decision making. Entry to this course requires a Learn to Train or Soccer for Life. This is a major step for coaches to help their players develop to higher levels of the game in Canada. The Learn to Train course is for people who want to take the first step towards becoming a trained coach in Ontario. This is one of the courses that will teach you training activities in small-sided games for U9 and U12 girls and U10 and U12 boys. Coaches who successfully complete Learn to Train, along with other required courses of Make Ethical Decisions, Respect in Sport, and Making Headway, will be qualified to train at the recreational and development level. This is the start for any coach to understanding all areas of long-term player development. Video 10, Analytical Activity, Creating Space. This video will demonstrate the importance of an analytical activity and how to create one based on the area of the field you are working within.
Okay boys, so we're going to look at an analytical activity here. We're going to look at creating space. So the ball's going to start with our neutral player. So we have two neutral players on either end. Neutral player is going to play in to a green player to receive the ball to start with. And freeze. The green players are now going to look to either combine together, so could you play him the ball? Okay, and then we're looking to score by getting the ball to our neutral player. Once the ball's gone into that neutral player, greens is still in possession. Can you get the ball, greens? And freeze. If the orange win the ball, so you play the ball to there, okay, they've won it. Now orange are in possession, play to a neutral player, and now we'll start again. So orange are now in possession to score a point. Can you receive the ball? Combined. Can you get it to the neutral? And freeze. If the ball goes out of the field, let's grab a ball that's around the area, grab the closest ball, and we'll start the game with a passing. Ball to me. Any questions? Neutral player starts with a ball. You can play to the team of your choice. Play.
In this analytical activity, we will be working on how to coach players to create space. The coach will use an activity to demonstrate how to properly teach players to create space using interventions and a variety of coaching methodology.
That's an orange ball. Orange restart. Freeze. Stand still. Okay, ball back into the neutral player. So at the moment, okay, orange, we're on a pretty straight line. Okay, what's your name? Danny's gone short. So if Danny's gone short, how do you think, what would be a good option for you? To go long, good. So as Danny's gone short, I'm looking for you to stretch the field here. And I just want you to get on the dark side of our green player here. So now he's got to turn and look at you. But now if you've come out here, okay, so I've started in here. Danny, go back to where you were. Okay, Danny goes short, I go long. Okay, now you've got two options. Could you play to Danny, who's tight, or could you play, can I step in for me? Could you play to my back foot there to allow me to then penetrate into there? Let's go back in there. Let's give that a go. So we're just going to rehearse here. So as you go short, you've gone long. Go. Good. Yes. Good. Play on. Good. And freeze. Good. So I like it. You've kept possession. Now as you've seen, he's come short, Danny. You've gone long, which now potentially will allow you to play that penetrating ball. All good? Okay. Oh, let's go live from here. Play, go.
Watch how the coach shows their players how to create space on and off the ball.
Green ball. Green ball.
I go long, you go short.
Orange ball. It already gone out. It already gone out. Orange ball. Freeze. Stand still. Okay, so you've come short and you've gone high. If it doesn't happen straight away, what we have to do is recognize we have to have some movement. So you've come short in here. It's not happened. Danny, you've gone high. Okay, it's not happening. We'll switch in here. I might come in here. And could I now receive the ball, or could you go short? So let's do that again. Okay, let's do it at speed. So I'm going to be you. I'm going to be you. So I've come in short.
All right, soccer fans, let's get you set for the second half kickoff here in the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. And a big thank you to Ontario soccer partner SoccerX for their first-class support. As Canada's premier apparel and equipment dealer, SoccerX has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit SoccerX.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. Well, Brendan Keba scored the only goal for Team Ontario in the first half. It came late in the first half. And Keba kicks us off to begin the second half of action. Team Ontario now working right to left across your screen in the red jerseys. And an immediate collision there between Marcoux and Obedi. Obedi wanted a foul call, but nothing doing, and Team Quebec have possession from the throw-in. As Team Quebec try to thread the needle on that through ball from Apollon, it's broken up. Now Keba with his head down, making a run forward to try track down that loose ball, but it was defended perfectly as Nikola Markovic, who has come into this game to begin the second half, making a good impression on his first defensive stop. So Team Ontario looking to pick up where they left off at the break after clawing a goal back and giving a new breath of life into this match, one that for most of that first half was dominated and dictated by Team Quebec after they took a 2-0 lead. They had an opportunity to make it 3, but a missed chance and then a missed defensive clearance in their own zone. And Team Ontario found themselves on the board. Goldson, the keeper, playing it out. Team Ontario trying to work out through their back line here. Good touch passing, but Lim comes in to knock that, and it goes for an Ontario throw-in. Spitziri lays it back as Noah Obedi tries to feed it forward, but headed down. Nice defensive work that time by Mark Tutu. Team Ontario looking for options from the throw-in. Spitziri presents, gives it right back. A nice job by Spitziri to hammer that one back to Toma. And now Team Ontario will try and move it forward. Jason Hardo, who comes in as a second half substitute with his first touch in the match. Jamari Busby trying to carry it forward, but that knocked out, and Team Ontario have a throw-in at the half line. Busby encroaching as much as he can. He got a good 6 yards out of that, and Even though his throw went straight up the line, no one there in red to get a touch on it. Team Ontario will get another throw in here, this time in front of their bench. This time the referee will spot the encroachment and pull the throw back. Taken short and quick as Hartle takes it. Tried to turn and feed it past through, but that one intercepted. Now Team Quebec have it through the back line as Tutu, who had a strong first half defensively for Team Quebec, plays that one back. As Markovic tries an option, initially blocked by Spitziri, Team Quebec able to hold possession. Marcoux, he opened up the scoring in this match. Now it's laid off to Tutu. Closed down, nice job by Kone to pressure the Quebec defender. As Appelon goes over to Markovic. Markovic with room to carry it, he touches ahead now for Marcoux. Turns away from the challenge of Spitziri. Tough break there for Team Quebec. They wanted the advantage, but the referee pulls the play back, and it'll be a free kick for the visitors. Good crowd on hand for today's matches. Slightly larger crowd for the boys U15 match, but probably a couple hundred people, I would guesstimate, here inside the Ontario Soccer Centre taking in today's action. Nice ball played ahead. Aruna running onto it, tries to track it down, plays it off the defender and out for a corner kick. Excellent work there by the St. Hyacinthe Milieu club player in Ali Aruna. And now Lim sets up to take the corner, setting up for an in-swinger from the far corner. 5 white jerseys inside the penalty area. As the cross delivered to the near post, headed away. Volley attempt coming off the foot of Anabi, but Simone Anabi was unable to corral that on target. Now Team Ontario played out quickly from the goal kick. Anabi flicks on. Spitziri playing it forward. Kone sidesteps the first challenge, plays a good ball ahead for Hartle, who then picks out the runner in Kashishian. Keba lays it off for Kashishian, tries to chip it back for Keba. Oh, what a defensive clearance by the keeper as Michel charged off his line and cleared the danger, and now Juduele Michel will take a minute to shake off that knock as he courageously charged off his line, but the keeper for Team Quebec taking the worst of that collision. The referee waving the training staff back towards the bench. The trainer kind of stuck halfway between the injured keeper and the Quebec bench, and now it looks like Juduele Michel will be able to stay in this match and shake off that knock. He has been impressive in goal today for Team Quebec, especially that save he made in the first half. I believe it was only a 1-0 game at the time, may have been 2, but I think it was just 1-0 when Michel made a huge save on Keba, his only other real chance of the half. And Juduele Michel has been tough to beat today. Let Team Ontario continue to press, and they'll continue to try, break down the defensive back line and keeper for Team Quebec. There's a challenge on the back of the ankles of Hugo, and that'll be a free kick for Team Ontario. Spitziri plays it short. Obedi looks to send a long ball up. It's headed down. Nice defensive work that time by Anabi as he received the pass back from Marcoux. Anabi goes all the way back to his keeper, Michel, who in turn sends it out across the half, flicked on by Marcoux. Goldson coming out of his penalty area and clears the danger as there was a Quebec player running onto it. Quebec throw-in taken as the player charging onto it, and providing the outlet there was Ismael Jones. And now we get a free kick here for Team Quebec, indirect free kick with the ball hitting the curtains high above. Today's action coming to you from the Ontario Soccer Centre Indoor Fieldhouse. And we'll restart with a drop ball here. Nice job by the official to spot that as Appelon playing it back to his keeper, Michel. Kone starts to close him down, but Michel goes right back to Appelon. Wintern tries to play the ball up the touchline, but it's out of bounds and out for an Ontario throw-in. Isaiah Goldson, the keeper for Team Ontario, playing that one out. His center back, Noah Obedi, touches out wide. All the Ontario substitutes off the bench now starting to get warmed up, so we'll see if the coaching staff, led by Dmitry Ovechinkov, will opt to make any substitutions here. As Kone tried to dance around Appelon, nothing doing, and now 2-2 comes away with it for Team Quebec. Approaching the 50th minute of action, and after a fast-paced opening minute of the second half, the pace is slowed up just a little, as Team Quebec, I'm sure, are content to keep the ball in front of them and just maintain the lead. Now they'll maybe try to increase the lead. There's a ball played in towards the penalty area, but it tracks way high and wide, and that one up in the mezzanine where it's out for a goal kick. So Isaiah Goldson gets set to take the goal kick here, as he plays it short for the center back, Alex Toma. Spitziri touching out wide. Brought back into the middle where Obedi takes it. Spitziri returns it to Toma. Toma touches ahead. Hugo does well to turn inside. Spitziri gets closed down, and his pass intended for Hugo initially picked off. Scrum for possession. Markovic comes up with it for Team Quebec, and they get the ball across center. And this could be an odd man rush, a potential 3-on-2, as Marcoux running onto it, but Normando gets to it defensively and clears that out for the throw-in. So a little bit of uncertainty from Team Quebec leads to a mischance there on the odd man rush. They did have the option in Jones. They couldn't quite hit him with the pass. Marco gets hammered down, nothing doing. He was right on the edge of the penalty area when the contact happened. Markovic plays that ball into the penalty area, scooped up by Goldson, as the keeper takes it for Team Ontario. Marcoux still slow to get back to his feet. He's laboring. And then the Quebec keeper, Michel, under no pressure, puts that one into the roof. So Team Ontario good sportsmanship there by Team Quebec to play it from the drop ball, kicking it forward, and Team Ontario now take possession. Normando. Hardo goes right back to Normando. Now Hardo has room to carry, touches ahead for the striker in Keba, but he couldn't quite make the play. Nice officiating there from the match official, as a bit of an exchange between Hardo from Team Ontario and Fitzsimmons from Team Quebec, but cooler heads prevail and nothing doing for the time being. Nice work along the far flank there by Team Quebec to hold the ball in touch. Fitzsimmons tries to flick that one on. It's blocked and then cleared up to the half. Lim touches back for Appelon, and then Lim got knocked after he delivered that pass, so a free kick coming now for Team Quebec. A reminder that Toronto FC is the... Oh wait, I already did that one. Well, we love Toronto FC, let's put it that way. one of our great premier partners, and of course today's and this weekend's action presented by Gatorade Canada, as that shot off the right foot of Marcoux, and it goes wide of target. No, now I'm doubting myself, so I'm going to read it again just to be sure. Toronto FC is the official founding premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as well as the presenting partner for the Ontario Player Development League, the province's youth high performance league. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit torontofc.com for tickets and more. Here goes Team Ontario's Aiden Hugo. At the last moment, the ball stripped away, and now Team Quebec trying to counter as it's played ahead. Nice work here by Jones. Into the middle. Marcoux tries to dance around the last defender, but sweeps the feet out from under Jamari Busby, and that's a free kick for Team Ontario. Both coaching staffs are getting ready to bring substitutions into this match for Team Ontario. Looks like a double substitution, as Kashishian unable to hold the ball in along the far flank. And now Team Ontario want the change, but they're unable to get it there. So Anabi takes it for Team Quebec as Lim plays it back to Appelon. His pass picked off by Kashishian. Tries a long range attempt, that from 30 plus yards out, and that one never challenged target, as now we get the substitutions for Team Ontario, as Jamari Busby, who had a solid performance, is subbed out alongside Christian Kashishian, with Nathan Baker coming in to replace Busby, and haven't quite made out the number on the back of the player to replace Kashishian, as Toma heads it back to Goldson. Tell you now that's Dino Kustovic who's come into the match, and there's Kustovic on the ball, but it goes off his foot and out of touch. So Kustovic, a big-bodied attacking midfielder. We'll see if he makes a offensive impact for Team Ontario, and you can hear from the back line they're saying Dino go up, so keep an eye on Dino Kustovic to make a impact for Team Ontario, and they win a free kick, and here goes Hugo. Hugo trying to split the D, dribbling around, but good defensive work, backtracking by Tutu, and then he sustains the challenge there from Hugo, who can't believe there was no foul call. Ball into the middle, Hartle playing it back now. Obedi touches wide. Kustovic running onto it. He's hauled down, no call, and that ball tracks out for a goal kick. So again, Team Ontario trying to find ways to break down this staunch defensive backline from Team Quebec. It's been tough sledding today for the team in red, Team Ontario. But they're not showing any signs of quitting, and you got to give them credit for that. It's still anybody's game, as Team Quebec lead this match 2-1. And now they're pressing, working the far flank as that ball delivered ahead for Aruna, but a heavy first touch from Ali Aruna, and it's out for a Team Ontario goal kick. I don't think Team Quebec got their change in, and whatever reserve they had at the half has since been pulled back. Nice job here by Aiden Hugo as he sidesteps two challenges before the referee pulls the play back for a lack of advantage, and then the referee saying, well, you're not taking the free kick from the right spot, so Team Ontario will have to try that free kick once again. Toma plays it short to Obedi. Right-footed ball into the penalty area, but Michel comes off his line and collects that for Team Quebec. Chudwele Michel bowls it out. Kustovic tries to close down immediately, but Appelon now playing it ahead. His pass picked off by Spiteri. Spiteri, right-footed shot right on, and he was hauled back. Good call there by the referee. A yellow card comes out to Simon Anabi. Right call there by the match official, as Anabi had a handful of Spitzeri's jersey, and even though Spitzeri got the shot away, It was not a true attempt on target. There was no advantage. And as a result, now a free kick for Team Ontario, maybe 6 yards off the top of the 18. Man, I was so close. 5 yards off as the referee counts out the steps. So this will come from 23 yards out, roughly, almost directly in front of the near side post. And just one man over top the ball for Team Ontario, and Dino Kustovic. 4-man wall sets up. Kustovic with the shot. That one high over top the bar. Had nice curl to it, but just couldn't get it to dip. And ultimately, Michel not tested on that free kick. Good work by Team Ontario. They continue to create opportunities. And they're playing hungry here in the second half. Team Quebec moving the ball out from the goal kick as Lim tracks it back. Appelon with a good heavy clearance out across half where Normando takes it for Team Ontario. Spitziri over to Hugo. Hugo left-footed cross into the penalty area. Kustovic running onto it, but that's quality keeping there from Jourdain Michel as he jumped high up in the air and brought that down with steady hands. Aruna controlling now for Team Quebec. Looks to send a ball up the near flank. What delivery! Great ball and then clipped up there. Easy call for the referee, and we're going to get our second caution of the match. As this time into the referee's notebook goes Eric Normando with the caution in the 49th minute. Check that, the 59th minute, excuse me. As it was Ishmael Jones that was clipped and drew the foul for Team Quebec. 2 Quebec players on top of the ball for this free kick. Look for a cross to come into the penalty area towards the far post. As Lim starts to track away, now he comes back towards the ball. But it looks like it's going to be Benjamin Haynes playing this one in with a left-footed cross. Let's see what happens here. Haynes, left-footed cross to the far post. Oh, no one able to get a touch onto that as Aruna was in the vicinity but couldn't get it cleanly, and now it's out for a goal kick with Quebec getting set to make a double substitution. And a chance for us to remind you that Sports Engine is the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and the leading provider of sport relationship management software for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com/solutions to see how they can help keep your club running in stride on and off the pitch this season. Turned over. There's a chance. Big save by Goldson. Danger still present as Team Quebec pressing. The shot coming off the foot of a player we don't have on the roster. Gotta love when that happens. As the unidentified number 23 for Quebec getting that opportunity. And now a free kick for Team Quebec. Might have been Mohamed Ate, who's listed as 24, as the ball sent in. And now Kustovic comes away with it for Team Ontario. Kustovic under pressure as well to toe the line. Fights through a couple of challenge. And then a foul called as Kustovic gets hauled down. A free kick here for Team Ontario. And a caution to come for Team Quebec for that bit of gamesmanship and time wasted. I believe it's Kim who has gone into the notebook. Excuse me, Lim. As the referee makes the note in his pocketbook, and Team Ontario will restart with a free kick just inside of the attacking half. And they'll play it back into their own half for Obetti, who in turn tries to play it up the line. Team Quebec promptly hammer that back inside the Ontario zone. Obetti over to Toma. Toma plays a good ball up the touchline. Nice defensive work there by Tutu to knock that one out. Kone was the intended target. As Keba now playing it back to Toma. Alex Toma goes to his keeper, Goldson. As Goldson switches it out to the far flank. Baker under pressure, coughs it up. Bit of debate as to who won the throw-in, and it'll be possession to Team Ontario. Baker tosses. Not a ton of movement off the ball for Team Ontario. Is Team Quebec content to keep everything in front of them at this point? Team Ontario have got to start giving some creative runs and looks to try break through this back four. Throw-in played short. They go back to Obedi, who in turn touches over to Toma. Toma, short touch to Normando. He gets closed down by Jones. Jones nearly strips it away, but possession will stay with Team Ontario via throw-in. Toss back to Toma. As Team Quebec had thought they won possession, but the foul called. And it'll be a free kick for Team Ontario. Team Ontario content just to play a composed style. They're not forcing yet. Maybe not the urgency they need, but there's a good ball. As here's a chance now for Kone. Tries to get around the defender at the top of the 18. It was knocked loose, and now Team Quebec have possession as Anabi tries to switch it out, hustling to keep it in, but unable to get there in time was the defensive effort of Benjamin Haynes. Kustovic playing it ahead. Nearly got it back himself, but it's cleared away on the effort by Markovic, and now Team Quebec have it up the far flank with the man who opened the scoring in this match, Alexandre Marcoux. So it'll be a throw-in for Team Quebec into the attacking third. They have to play it back for Lim at the top of the 18, touches into the middle, setting up for a right-footed strike right on, and a quality save, confidently saved that time by Isaiah Goldson, as the shot came off the foot of Mohamed Ate. Loose ball knocked out for a Team Ontario throw-in. As Nathan Baker tosses the ball back into play. Keba, Hugo, trying to pick out Kustovic with that pass, takes it towards the corner, tries to cross it in, but it's off of Apollon and out for a Team Ontario corner kick. So Team Ontario starting to push everybody up here for this corner, as they'll figure one or two men back inside the center circle. I mean, they are pushing 8-9 players into the penalty area here. They know this might be their best opportunity to equalize, as setting up for an in-swinger. The corner delivered, headed away by Apollon, and that's out for a Team Ontario throw-in. It was a good cross, but unable to pick out anyone in a red jersey. And it was dealt with nicely by the center back, Apollon. Kone tries to flick that one high in the air, and then a little too much of a shirt grab there by Nathan Baker. Check that, it was actually Jason Hardo who got called for the foul. Little more than 13 minutes remaining in match play, as you're tuned in to the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec Series presented by Gatorade Canada, and that's a foul as Mark Tutu got hauled down on the play, and it'll be a free kick for Team Quebec. Anabi playing it to Markovic, who in turn plays it forward. As Ate Tries to make the pass over. It's picked off by Spitziri. Playing it ahead for Kustovic. He's got room to run into the penalty area here. Kustovic trying the cross, blocked by Markovic. Kustovic gets it back, sidesteps the man, tries the cross again, and the extra defensive support coming by way of Benjamin Haynes. Timed beautifully, and that's knocked out for a corner. And once again, Team Ontario will pile those red jerseys into the penalty area, hoping to get a flick on or a reception to the oncoming cross. 7 players inside the penalty area for Team Ontario. Cross delivered towards the far post, headed back to the top of the box as they try get it back over to the corner taker, but nothing doing. And now Jones streaking up the far flank, cuts into the middle, plays it over to the near side as it's controlled now by Okeki, who's come into the match. His first couple of touches, gets around the first defender, and then called for the foul on Normando. Tough break there for Chimonsa Okeki, who nearly created a bit of individual magic there. Kone goes back to Toma. Isaiah Goldson, the keeper for Team Ontario, looking up the pitch, nothing presenting, so he plays it short for Obedi. And now Obedi, looking ahead, finds the man in Keba. Keba draws it back for Kustovic, foul called though. So a free kick for Team Ontario, taken quickly. Kustovic under pressure. A man on his back, he lays it off for Obedi. Hugo does well to keep it in along the far flank. There against his numerical counterpart, it goes off of the Quebec player Haynes and out for a Team Ontario. Now they may have actually called a free kick here, as it looks like it will be a free kick for Team Ontario, but substitution coming for Team Quebec. As Tehan Lim will head to the bench, he had a tremendous performance in this match. Effective defensively, threatening offensively, a really strong performance today from Tehan Lim, the midfielder for Team Quebec. Free kick for Team Ontario. Good ball delivered into the penalty area. It's an own goal! An own goal has tied this match! 10 minutes remaining in play. And 2 defensive miscues by Team Quebec have proven costly. The first in the first half, leading to the Ontario goal. The second, flicked on by the defender, past the helpless Michel, and into the back of the net. There were 2 defenders there, Markovic and Appelon, both players. I believe it was Appelon who actually got his head on the ball. And despite him having a tremendous game for the most part, 2 defensive miscues by Appelon, they've both led to goals for Team Ontario. And with under 10 minutes remaining in this match, we are all square 2-2. Here comes Team Quebec trying to answer back after giving up the equalizer through an own goal. Look at this chance right into the penalty area, drawing it back in front, hammering the one-footed one-time strike. It was initially blocked, a meal of a clearance, and now Team Ontario will try slow things down as they go back to the keeper Goldson. The ball just pinballing around, a number of chances there for Team Quebec. The first one was generated by Ishmael Jones along the far flank using his speed. The second opportunity on the one-timer came off the foot of Okeki. And either way, they couldn't find a way past Goldson. Here goes Kustovic ahead now, touching it out wide. Team Ontario looking to potentially push forward. That ball knocked out of play. For more than 50 years, Nothers, the award store, has been a leading supplier of awards and recognition products across Ontario. Contact them at nothers.com to find out more about their new Team It Up initiative and save your soccer organization some money this season. That's nothers.com. That shot attempt block, second effort high and wide, more so high than wide. As the 2 attempts, the first one coming off the foot of Normando, and the second from Jason Hardle. Here's a good ball ahead. Marcoux, he's got 2 defenders to beat. He was pulled back, and the referee right there to make the call. No doubt about it. Obetti had his arms draped around Marcoux. And the two continue to exchange words. Marcoux saying, "You were all over me. What do you want me to do there?" Free kick here for Quebec from a dangerous area. This is probably about 23 to 24 yards out. Lined up almost directly in front of the near post, maybe a stride or 2 off. Very similar to the position Team Ontario had their quality free kick earlier in this half, as Team Quebec now with a set piece opportunity. 2 players over top the ball, including Simone Nabi. A 4-man wall sets up defensively. Shot right on, blocked by the wall. It's in their feet. It ricochets out to Anabi after the free kick was taken by Ate. And now Team Quebec will try play the ball back into the penalty area. Goldson gets down and does well to collect that with a man right on the doorstep in Marcoux. Hartle touches that one out wide. Off the Quebec player out for an Ontario throw, and Nathan Baker gets set to toss it in. Under 6.5 minutes remaining in match play. If we are tied, the match will end in a draw. No penalty kicks, no extra time, as this is the first of 3 matches this weekend in the boys under 18 division here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. Kustovic gets his path impeded, and a free kick to come now for Team Ontario. Thoughts of taking it short and quick, but the referee will pull it back to the spot of the infraction. And let's get ready, because this could be a huge turning point in the match if Team Ontario can strike from this set piece. Aiden Hugo over top the ball. Left-footed strike. Oh, off the bar, what a chance! My goodness, that's the second one today we've seen that went off the bar straight down and somehow stayed out. Aiden Hugo had everybody caught by surprise with that left-footed strike, and he missed putting Ontario up just by inches. As we've got a Quebec player down and dealing with some cramping, and that might be their captain, Appelon, who, outside of the 2 mistakes that led to the Ontario goals, has had a really solid performance here in this match for Team Quebec. His teammate tries to stretch him out, but this may be the end of the night for the captain, Ross Alondre Appelon. A reminder that we're back in action tomorrow morning starting at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time for 2 more live stream broadcast matches here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. It'll be the U16 girls at 11:15 a.m. and then the U15 girls at 1:30 p.m. So make sure you tune in to the Ontario Soccer live stream broadcast for both of tomorrow's live game coverage. Appelon able to get back up under his own power, and he'll track over to the bench. Hopefully for Team Quebec, nothing serious, as Appelon looking to be able to shake this off, and he'll probably stay in this match, I would guess. Appelon's not even heading over to the bench. He's just going to wait to be able to come right back into this match, and he'll try finish things out. As we've got under 4 minutes of match time remaining. Drop ball played out. Appelon waiting for the referee's signal to come back into play. And now Appelon rejoins the match, so that's great to see for Team Quebec, as their captain, Ross Alondre Appelon, able to stay in action here. Kone tries to play it forward, calls for a handball. Referee grants the foul, and it'll be a free kick now for Team Ontario. Aiden Hugo, he struck the crossbar just minutes ago. Now he gets set to deliver the left-footed cross into the penalty area. Hugo. Left-footed cross to the far post. Michel got caught! Man was offside. Tough break there for Team Ontario's. Kustovic called in an offside position, but they had the Team Quebec keeper, Jules Michel, a little bit crossed up there. He wasn't sure if he should go or stay, and in the end, he's bailed out by the offside call. Toma tracks it back to his keeper, Goldson. Closed down. Goldson playing it out for Obedi. Two players on the back of Noah Obedi, but he ricochets the ball off of Jones and out for an Ontario throw-in. From the toss, partially blocked. Team Quebec trying to retain possession. Obedi got a touch to it. Nice job there by Ate to come away with it. Jones now picks it up. Out top for Marcoux. He steps over the ball trying to get around Hardo. Nothing doing as they play it out wide. Jones towards the corner. He's tripped up. Free kick now for Team Quebec. So 90 plus seconds remaining here, plus whatever added time the match officials tack on to this match. And despite Team Quebec at 1 point leading 2-0, Team Ontario have battled, and they might not have been the prettiest goals, but Team Ontario will take them. Brendan Keba scoring at the end of the first half, and then a few minutes ago, about 8 minutes ago or so, an own goal by Team Quebec's captain Appelon has tied the match. There's a cross in. Obedi did well to clear it, just a couple of feet from the goal line. Spitziri takes it, tries to make the pass ahead for Keba just behind him. Now Kone plays the ball forward. Keba running onto it. Nice job there by Simon Anabi to come in and knock it out for the Team Ontario throw-in. Team Ontario working the touchline. Nice job by Normando. Plays ahead for Kone. Takes it down towards the goal line. Nearly tripped up. He plays it off the defender. Somehow that stayed in play. And then Kone gets a little too much on the back of the legs of Okeke, and that's a free kick for Team Quebec. And that'll do it. The referee sounds the final whistle. And a spirited contest here between Team Ontario and Team Quebec ends in a 2-2 tie. Folks, for more than 50 years, Nothers, the award store, has been a leading supplier of awards and recognition products across Ontario. Contact them at nothers.com to find out more about their new Team It Up initiative to save your soccer organization money this season. Fans, we want to thank you so much for tuning into today's broadcast of the two games here at the 2022 Provincial Xcel Showcase Ontario vs. Quebec series presented by Gatorade Canada. And remember, we're back with two more games tomorrow starting at 11:15 a.m. with the girls under 16 and then the girls under 15 at 1:30. Thank you again to our proud partners for today's event, our broadcast partners, and the official sports fuel of the Ontario Soccer Provincial Xcel Series, Gatorade. Our premier partners, Toronto FC, as well as Respect in Sport, Soccer X, Sports Engine, and Nothers, the award store. Folks, thanks for tuning in. My name's Nico Cardarelli saying good night, and we'll see you tomorrow here from the Ontario Soccer Center.